We got our hands on a 2020 Jeep Gladiator and we've been so busy this week testing everything on this from front to back. And today I'm going to show you guys how you can install a set of the Super7 headlights from Morimoto using their adapter brackets and their wire harness. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is. So let's get this thing pulled apart and let's get these installed. First step is popping the hood open. For a brand new vehicle, these are pretty easy to disassemble. You can do this at home with basic hand tools. Now, we need to remove the grill. There are 6 plastic clips going across the top of the grill. You can use a flat pry tool to get them out. Starting on the right side. With the plastic clips removed, go ahead and pull the top of the grill toward you. You'll hear it release from the clips along the bottom. Set the grill off to the side. There are 3 10mm bolts holding this headlight in. There's one in the upper left, one in the upper right, one on the lower left right here. Go ahead and remove those. Now at this point you can pull the headlight toward you, disconnect the factory wiring from the bottom, just press in on this tab here and pull the connector away. Now we're going to jump over to the table and I'm going to show you guys how to assemble the Morimoto bucket adapter as well as the Super7 headlight and get it installed in this Jeep. This is everything that's going to come in this kit when you buy this from us at Headlight Revolution. You're going to get the Morimoto Super7 headlight. You're going to get the Super7 headlight adapter. This is also made by Morimoto. It's one of the best brackets on the market today. Totally made out of ABS plastic and super adjustable. And you're also going to get the adapter wiring that you're going to need to make this work in your Jeep. Now there's 2 different ways you can buy the Morimoto Super7 headlight from us. You can get them disassembled in pieces in a box and you can assemble it yourself. The reason people do that is so that you can paint match this outer ring to match your Jeep, to do halos, stuff like that. These are super customizable. They're one of the most customizable headlights on the market today for the 7-inch rounds. You can also buy them pre-assembled. There is a fee for that. For those of you that don't want to mess with it and just want something that's going to drop into your Jeep, that's a really good way to go. If you choose to buy them disassembled and you want to take care of the assembly yourself, we have a separate video on that we shot that shows you step by step how to do it. When it comes to the adapter, this is a piece that you will need for your Jeep JT truck. You will need this in order to get a replacement 7-inch headlight installed, and you can use these adapters with any 7-inch round headlight on the market today. Now the way this works is really simple. This is how it's going to show up in a box when you get it. And you're going to need to disassemble it a little bit to install your headlight. There are 4 Phillips screws holding this outer ring on. Go ahead and remove those. At this point you can pull the trim ring off. Now you're going to find another inner ring. This is going to remind you of a typical 7-inch round trim ring that holds the headlight in on most vehicles. The older Jeep JK, a lot of other 7-inch round vehicles. You've got 3 screws on the outside that come off and then this ring comes off and it sandwiches your headlight when you reinstall it. Go ahead and remove those screws now. Can lift that trim ring out just like this, set off to the side. Now at this point we can install our headlight. Take your Morimoto Super7 headlight, drop it in the bucket. There are tabs that allow it to align properly in here, so just give it a little rotate until it locks in. And now we can reassemble this bucket the exact opposite of how we disassembled it. Now what I like about this particular adapter bracket compared to the others on the market is it is extremely adjustable. You can adjust the bracket left to right, up and down. You can adjust how the headlight itself fits in there with these 10mm nuts. So when you get this thing installed in your Jeep, if it's not perfect, if it's not exactly how you want it, you can tweak this thing considerably. The other brackets on the market today don't let you do that. Now at this point you can reinstall your trim ring. It pops back into place just like this. And you can reinstall those 4 screws we removed on step 1. Now that's it for the assembly of the adapter bracket and the headlight itself. Now there's a couple of different wire harnesses that we're going to need to connect in order to make this work properly in our Jeep. You've got this connector coming off of the back of your Super7 headlight. It plugs into this driver. These ends twist together just like this. We've got this H13 splitter, which will allow our low and high beam to work. Connect that just like this. The final adapter is this H13 to Jeep specific connector here. And this will plug in where your halogen headlights came out. Now, this information applies to the halogen vehicles. If you've got an LED equipped Jeep from the factory, you might have to follow a little bit different steps. This info is just for this halogen one today. Now I've got one tip for you guys. If you get this thing installed in your Jeep and your low and high beams are flipped on one side or both, chances are you've got these connectors backwards. They are identical and they can plug into either one. So if you get it plugged in and it's not operating the proper way, go ahead and flip these around. Now let's head back on over to our Jeep, get these things installed, and let's see how much brighter they are compared to stock. The first step in installing your Morimoto headlight is to plug it into the factory wiring. Now I like to route this extra wiring up so that it's a little bit accessible just in case. You can zip tie all of this up after we get the headlight installed, and that's what it should look like when you're all done. Go ahead and reinstall the bolts and move to the other side. So now that we've got the first side installed, I'm gonna run through the passenger side quick, get that one done. We'll pull this Jeep into our studio and I'm gonna show you guys just how much better these are compared to the stock headlights. So this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is the Jeep Gladiator factory halogen headlight pointed at the wall from about 25 feet in our studio. And this is the beam pattern you drove home with. This is why you're watching this video today. And this came in at 690 maximum lux. Lux is the best possible way to measure exactly how bright or how dim a particular set of headlights are. And as you can see at 690, we do have a nice beam pattern, but it's that dainty yellow color. It's definitely not what we want on a 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Let's check out the Morimoto Super7s and see how they look. The Super7 low beam came in at 1,340 lux. That is a 94% increase over our factory headlights. And guys, look at this beam pattern. Even if they weren't any brighter than stock, I'd still rather have this one. It looks so clean, it looks so modern, it's got a nice color to it. Beautiful cutoff line, beautiful hot spot, definitely a good option for your Jeep. But let's check out high beam. The Morimoto Super7 headlight has an unbelievably functional high beam. Look at the light placement, I love it. It came in at 68% brighter than stock at 1,350 maximum lux. Still got that great color, we've got the light exactly where we need it and nowhere else. This should do really well on the highway at night. These are one of my favorite 7-inch round headlight upgrades that you can even do today, and I love how they make this Jeep Gladiator look. Now, if you saw our 7-inch round headlight shootout, you'll know that these particular headlights placed very high on that list, and for good reason. They've got a beautiful cutoff line, as you just saw, and man, do they dress up the front of this Jeep. Now, we've had this Jeep just about all week here. We actually borrowed it from a YouTuber named DoItWithDan. He took our Ford Super Duty to SEMA this week in Las Vegas, and he left us with this Gladiator. So we've done the XB fogs, we've done some insane reverse lights. If you've got a Jeep Gladiator like this one, please click subscribe. We got a ton of videos coming out for this thing, and I want you to see them.